First, get your Kylin. It'll come in a case like this. So you open it up. I'm gonna roll it around this way. So when you open it up, it'll look like this. You'll have some other cables and things in there. But first thing you want to do is you want to take this screw out. You take it completely out, and then you can take the handle and you can roll it into the handle mode. And you stick that locking screw back in to lock it in place. This will make balancing and setting it up much easier and everything. And then from there, you want to put the batteries in. So you just unscrew the ends. And then when you put the batteries in, it's got two batteries here. You want the positive end to face forward on both batteries. So I'm going to put the first battery in. A little hard to pull out. And then the second battery, so both of them positive on top. And you just screw it in. Then you're ready to use your Kylin. There you go. So now I'm going to tell you how to get your camera balanced with your Kylin. Before setting it up, there's some key notes that you should know. So the most important thing is you have to remove the camera lens, or the camera lens cover. So this will affect the balance on the stabilizer. Once you have that removed, you have to remember that the handle, the side that you hold of the camera, must always you want to get it as close to this axis as possible. So that way, you can get it balanced properly. So now we'll set up the camera with the stabilizer. One thing to remember is you want to get it as close to the tilt angle as possible. You want to get the hand grip as close. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it onto the plate. So you see there's still a space here, so I'm going to get it close. There we go. And now see, when I let go, the camera just falls back. That's not good. So to balance it, we're going to have to slide the camera forward. And what we're looking for is we want the camera to stay still like this. So this is pretty good right here. So the next is we'll work on the the tilt axis. So from here, so what we'll do is we'll raise it up. And we're looking for so that when I roll it, it'll stay. See, now it just stays. If I hadn't adjusted this angle, I'll show you just, for example. When I let go, it just falls, right? We don't want that. It's not balanced. So we raise it up. And now it either stays or has a slower descent. So this is balanced now. Now we can move on to the tilt angle. So see how it just falls over? So what we want to do is adjust it out. So a slow roll is okay too. You might not be able to get it completely balanced where it'll stay up on its own, but you don't want it to just quickly fall over. Like this is not good. So this is okay now. Okay, and the last will be the pan. So let's see. So the pan axis, I think this one's already pretty well balanced, but let me check it. So let me get it to go out a little more. Okay, now you can see it's pretty okay balanced, so I'm gonna turn it on. And there you go. Now you can see it's balanced well. So once you have it set up and balanced, you can remember there's measurements on each axis and each angle. So you can remember these, and then that way in the future when you set up, there's one here as well. And when you set up, it'll be quicker and easier to set up because then you can just set it back to the same measurements. So for controls on your Kylin, here you have the on-off controls. To turn it on, you just push it and hold it down for a couple seconds. Off is the same thing. And then if you want to change modes too, you slide it down to change modes. And then you have the joystick here. So when I turn it on, you'll see it'll flash a color. So this color represents what mode it's in. So when I change modes, the color changes. So blue is lock mode, so it'll always face one direction. Orange is pan, so it'll follow you in pan but not tilt. And then this pink, purple is omnidirection, so the camera will follow you both pan and tilt. And this joystick here you can use for control as well. So what you can do is you can adjust the angle, you can adjust the tilt with this joystick. So with your Kylin, you'll have to pick a cable to come with it. So we've got two cables here. We've got one for Panasonic, you can tell by the head, another one for Sony. The Sony cable will allow your Kylin to charge your camera, control zoom, take photos, and record video. Whereas the Panasonic cable will only allow you to control zoom, take photos, and video, but it will not charge your camera. And one thing to keep in mind too is there's two ends. So the shorter end will always fit into the Kylin and the stabilizer, and the longer end is to connect into your camera. So as you can see, we've already got the cable connected in. So we've got one end connected in the Kylin here, we've got it mounted to the bottom, and the other end in our Sony camera. With a Sony camera, you want to keep in mind too that there's a multi-port. You want to make sure you use multi-port and not the micro HDMI. But now that it's plugged in and our Kylin's on, you can see here that it's charging the camera. And then on the Kylin itself, you have, this is for taking photos. If you hold the button down a little bit, you can get the focus. So you can see here the focus on the camera. So it's focused, and you press it all the way, you take the photo. Here's the camera record button, so you can record video. And then on the side here, you have a zoom control, so zoom and telephoto control, so as you can see. Okay, so if you want to connect your phone to your Kylin, first thing you want to do is when turning it on, you hold it on for a few seconds, for about 5 seconds. And then you'll see this blue light start to flash. That means it's looking for a Bluetooth connection. Then from your phone, you click enter device, find your Kylin, and then you can see right away once it's connected, it starts moving, and you can control the pan, you can control tilt, you can take photos, as well as change some other settings. If you want to take photos, you have to long press the button to get the focus, and then you let go, and then when you let go, it'll take the photo. So focus, and then it should take the photo. But then, and then you can adjust the focus in there. There's no memory card in that camera. But then you can also go into the settings, parameter settings. You can choose to charge the device or not charge the device. So now I'm charging the camera. You can adjust the speed at which the gimbal will follow. And then there's like a drift calibration. And then there's a strength selection. So when you put in different cameras, depending on the weight, you can pick so it'll compensate for the different amount of weight. Now, once you find a weight range that you think works best, then you just stick with that one, and you might have to restart your... So if you want to switch from the handle mode to carry mode, you want to turn the device off first, so I'm going to turn it off. And then there's a locking screw here, so you want to unscrew that and completely remove it, so I'm removing it now. And then from there, you can just roll the handle. So you roll it back down, and then you want to lock it in place. There you go. And now I can turn the device back on. And you see I've got the direction. It's facing me now. So all you want to do is you just roll this axis over, and now you've got it in carry mode.